broadcast of financial intelligence. In the event that you're joining for the first time, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession, I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the author of several books, including Billionaire Codes. Early on last week, we started a program, How to Leverage Your Brand. And one of the reasons we looked at this is largely because we are seeing across the world that over 60% of businesses that get started, they fail within the first to fifth year of being established. And we start to examine that to see exactly why. And we came up with a topic, and that topic is largely designed to answer some of those reasons why many of these businesses are failing. And one topic that we're going to be looking at is understanding, leveraging, and cash flowing your brand. These are some of the reasons. We are seeing that many entrepreneurs, you start a business, but you do not fully understand your brand in terms of what is your brand DNA and in terms of what is your brand unique selling proposition. And we talk about this. And failing to understand this, it means that you will have some difficulty in leveraging the brand. Because in leveraging the brand, you have to leverage the brand to appeal to a specific demographic, dreams, hopes, and aspirations, to appeal to the specific demographic, lifestyle, culture, social class groups, and reference groups. And if you do not fully understand this, it's going to affect, it's going to impede, it's going to create impediment in terms of how you leverage that brand. And if you're having difficulties here, it simply means that you can't cash flow your brand. So, in breaking all of this down, we presented to you a body of knowledge which we're going to be exploring and examining over the next few days and few weeks, so as to ensure that moving forward, you know some of the pitfalls that are preventing your business from taking off the way it ought to take off and accelerating. And you know what to do. In looking at the content, brand leverage, understanding, leveraging, and cash flowing your brand, we introduce you to a concept that falls under one of our programs, which we call the Art of the Sale. And under that program, as we look at brand leveraging, we introduce you to 7 concepts, 7 tenets relating to building your brand. One, we look at your brand visibility, we look at brand reach, we look at brand impact, we look at brand rate of conversion. You want a faster rate of conversion. We also look at how to build trust in your brand, how to build confidence in your brand, and how all this can translate into credibility of your brand. So far, we look at, I believe, 3 of those headings. We look at brand visibility, and we're saying that these are things that must be looked at long before you take steps to engage with John Public. You need to take the time out to understand your DNA, understand your unique selling proposition before you decide to get visible. So everything that we have looked at so far are proprietary work that you must do before you decide on going public. And we give you reasons why. So far we look at brand visibility, we look at brand reach, we'll start to look at brand impact. But what did we say about brand impact? We said that your brand must be designed to have impact, and it must impact 2 areas of your firm. It must impact the internal employees, and it must impact the external customers. And how does it impact the internal employees? Through your corporate culture. And you have to have a corporate culture that is specifically designed to motivate and inspire your workforce. and we give you some tenets that must be considered if you truly want to inspire and motivate your workforce. In fact, you want your brand to have impact. Your brand, we said, is your your company. It's the products and services that you offer, but it also reflects management culture and management attitude towards its human resource. So we speak about that. And we look at the internal impact. Today, I want us to look at the external impact. And in looking at the external impact, I'm going to try to create some parallel analysis, or at least one of them, between the external impact that you're making and the internal culture that can significantly undermine your visibility. And let me get with that right away. There's a famous singer, famous, better known as R. Kelly, and I believe the world over has fell in love with R. Kelly because of his, songs that truly touch your heart. So we have seen that R. Kelly, with his soft and attractive voice and his team of promoters and producers and marketing representative, they did an excellent job in bringing visibility to the brand. They did such an excellent job in projecting an image to the public of what the brand represents that it took 20 years for social activists to bring down that brand. And those of you who are socialized to what is happening right now in North America with R. Kelly brand, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He has been accused of some very atrocious things. Atrocious. I want to say they are inhumane things for anyone to inflict on any member of society. But the facts are showing that he has done these things. And what the social activist has done, they have presented their facts to the world. And in presenting their facts to the world, because his internal culture, this is why it's so important for us to understand your internal culture. Because failing to understand your internal corporate culture, it can come back to bite you. It can come back to undermine your strong, unique public visibility. So because his internal culture was bad, was messed up, was shitty, after 20 years, that's how strong his brand was. After 20 years, the public advocates, human rights advocates, have been successful in bringing that brand down. His music has been pulled from radio stations. His performance dates has been pulled, and he's literally living out of his studio. So it is important to understand, before you get public, your internal brand, your internal corporate brand and your corporate image, and how you're impacting and influencing the people around you, the people internal to the organization. Because the last thing that you want to have happen is a member of staff goes to the public and create these form of negative publicity for your brand. It's going to compromise you. And in most cases, it's almost difficult, if not practically impossible, to come back from these negative publicities. So that's the analogy that I want to make, why it is important to have a strong internal corporate culture that coincides with a corporate culture that is going to be public. You want to know that you're impacting your employees in a positive way, so they do not necessarily advocate against the brand itself, the products or the service. They all can complement each other. So I just want you to think about this. I know it's a very strong example, but it is a practical and a real example that is taking place right now as we speak. He's feeling the blunt of that right now as we speak. So today I want us to go deeper now into external impact of your brand. We look at brand visibility, we look at brand reach, we look at brand impact, and we're looking at brand impact now. We said that the brand itself must be designed to create internal impact, and the brand must also be designed to create external impact. So let's look at external impact now. We have clearly said that your brand is not being produced for you, it's being produced for the consumer. And if the brand is being produced for the consumer, it must have some influence on the consumer. But how can you build your brand for your brand to have impact and influence on the consumer? It simply means that you need to understand your consumer, the consuming public. You need to identify your specific demographic group or groups, and in identifying your specific demographic group or groups, you need to commit the time, talent, and resources to understand behavioral determinants of demands, to understand economic determinants of demands, to understand lifestyle, culture, social class, groups, and reference groups. This is what will put you in a position of strength to build your brand, to appeal to the specific demographic so you can maximize your impact on that specific demographic. If you do not commit the time, talent, and resources to do this, it means that you are leveraging your brand with a blindfold over your eyes. And this is not how you position your brand and your company and your organization to be effective and to cash flow that organization in a way that is sustainable. You need to understand the market. You need to ensure that you have market intel, market intelligence, so you can leverage that intelligence to innovate new products, innovate new services, and cash flow your organization in a way that is unique, in a way that is sustainable. This requires market intelligence. I can tell you this. A lot of businesses that is going through difficulty are businesses that almost have zero market intel. You don't know your target market. You don't know their lifestyle and culture and social class. You don't understand your market size and density and dispersion. You do not understand behavioral and economic determinants of demand. You do not know your target market. So it creates a challenge for you to connect with your target market so as to influence positive public response towards your products, your service. You do not understand your target market. Now, I want to say this to you. If even you don't understand it, you need to connect with the right consultancy firms, former firms that can help you gain and gather this intelligence, if they don't already have it, so you can leverage to maximize cash flow, to maximize impact. And in maximizing impact on your specific demographic, you can now maximize cash flow. You want a cash flow in 2019 and moving forward? Use these simple systems. We have been using these systems for over 20 years. They have been tested, they have been proven, and of course we have added some new systems to what we are doing to accelerate your growth. So when you come into global branding and marketing and you learn our management systems and we help you to build unique management portfolios, and not only build it, but we help you to leverage them, we help you to implement them, watch for significant results. You see, we are unique in the sense that we're not just coming to your organization. We are not just going to the classroom and deliver a lecture, but outside of the lecture, we're going to mentor, we're going to coach, and we're going to give you the support to implement your corporate strategic plan. We build that corporate plan for you. We'll help you in building your corporate strategic plan, and we will help you implement that plan in order to ensure your success. We will be using over 20 years of hardcore business knowledge to cash flow your organization. So I want to encourage you to reach out to us because we are knocking at your door right now. We want you to open that door and let us have a conversation. And I want to say this to you. And I know that you may not have heard about this in recent times, but we want to give you an offer, and that's a money-back guarantee. You use our services, and you're not satisfied with the results that you're getting. After we would have supported you with mentor, coachingship, and the support system to cash flow your organization, you get money-back guarantee. 100% money guarantee. So reach out to us at Global Branding and Marketing. You have nothing to lose. All right. We are so confident in our brand that we're going to give you this offer. 100% money back guarantee. So we're talking today about how to leverage your brand to create impact. We say your corporate brand, your brand must have two areas of impact. It must impact the internal staff and the external public. And we're simply saying to you, if you want to influence and impact the public, the consumer, the potential consumer, you need to invest time, talent, and resources to understand that target market. Because it's only when you understand your target market, you can then build the brand to do what every brand's supposed to do. You need to understand what is the sales intention value traits. And what is the sales intention value trait? The sales intention value trait does two things. It adds values and it fixes problems. Say it again, add value, fix problems. Add value, fix problem. If you want to be successful with your brand, ask yourself this question. What value are you adding and what problems are you fixing? What we will do for you is to build your brand, help you build your brand in such a way that the portfolio of adding value, one, is unique, it's different, and it's designed to create impact. There are a number of things that you can do to add value to your specific demographic once you know your target market. And I want to say this to you. Our methods that we will propose to you will be different. It will be different largely because traditionally we are fully aware of what companies do to add value and to fix problems. We will show you how to go way beyond that. And we will show you also, because I know you're thinking if you're going to go beyond this level of adding value, it's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you more if you do not understand financial intelligence. But we also specialize in bringing a body of knowledge to you that will help you to understand financial intelligence, that will show you how to minimize your debt financial portfolio and how to maximize on your financial and equity capital gains. We will build new capital gains projects for you that will cash flow so you can leverage some of that cash flow into brand leverage, into ensuring that your brand is adding value with substance, to ensure that your brand is adding and fixing problems that is at the core of your customer needs. We have committed over 20 years to this, and we are excited to bring this information to you in order to help to transform your organization. All right. I know I often talk about employees and adding value and fixing problems, but there's something else that in brand leveraging that I want you to also think about right now, and that is your sales expectation value traits. And your sales expectations is different from your sales intention value trait. Your sales intention value trait is the intention of your brand and the intention of your brand to impact the lives of the final consumers. The sales expectation, however, is different. This is where you, in developing your company and developing the brand, you have personal expectations. And what are some of those personal expectations? You want to increase disposable income. You want to cash flow your firm. And this goes way beyond just developing your financial projection, your annual financial projection, and just have it be there. We help you to build your financial projection, but along with helping you to build your financial projection, we help you to develop the right systems to manage them. I'll talk some more about that just now. So we know that your brand represents also the sales expectation value traits, and we're going to list a whole set of them when you come into our program. Perhaps many of them that you're not even thinking about. We will show you how to build cash flow portfolios divorced from the company mainstream of commercial activities. We'll help you to do that. Now, what are other things that you can look at in terms of your expectation? The sales expectation value trait. Yes, you want to grow your business. You want to build your business with domestic, regional, and international relevance. Is your consultant helping you to achieve this? You want to build your brand, your company, your firm, your industry with local, regional, and international relevance. And we'll give you the support to make this happen. We will give you that support to make it happen. All right, we have some very unique program, and you hear me talk about self-actualization and a blanket approach to self-actualization. If you have the best human resource within your organization, the well-trained human resource who are aligned to the content that we're going to give to you, you would leave one branch knowing that you have nothing much to worry about because the systems are working for themselves and the human resource are highly motivated to come to work. Because for them, they're not seeing work in a traditional sense of work, but they're seeing, one, they're coming to an extended family. Two, they're seeing that they're given a chance to fulfill their dreams and hopes and aspirations. They are being given a chance to fulfill their purpose and passion and gifts. We have built unique systems that will touch the lives of your employees and transform the financial trajectory of your organization and fast track your growth with relevance to global market scenarios. So reach out to us. We're knocking at your door, and we certainly want to have a conversation with you to show you how our brand can seriously help you to upscale your operation. All right? Now, remember we talked about so far is you have to prepare yourself with your brand before you go public. So far we look at a number of things. We look at how to prepare your brand visibility, how to prepare your brand reach, how to prepare your brand impact. We're still on brand impact. So far, we're looking at things that you need to do before you go public, because you don't want to go public and you create an R. Kelly scenario. This is serious business. You don't want your internal corporate culture, your secrets, the things in the closets to come and bite you when you're public, because they are likely to undermine every single thing that you would have achieved. In R. Kelly case, is $1 billion industry. How stupid is that? All right. So in this process, I want to now introduce you to three concepts as we attempt to pull the curtain down to this program. And as you build these systems, you also need to have systems that are designed to monitor, evaluate, and control. This is the impact that you want to create publicly. You know, it doesn't make sense to buy a new book and never read that book and never implement the systems recommended in that book. You don't want to invest hard-earned money going to empower your prefrontal cortex and exercise your executive motor skills, but not apply it in the real world. The same principle apply. You don't want to build these unique systems that can impact your customers, and then you have no systems in place to monitor, evaluate, and control the impact that you want to create. You want to monitor. You want to build those goals, clear vision as to what you want to accomplish in terms of creating impact, but you must have systems to monitor them. You must have systems to evaluate the progress. You must have systems to control that process. We will introduce you to systems and models to help you in this regard. It is called the setting objective and planning. And every business, you need to set objective and plan at every department of the organization. I don't care how smart you are. If you are thinking different, it means that something is wrong with your smartness, with your smarts. You're not getting enough skin in the game. So we talk about here setting objective and planning. Step one, organizing resources to achieve the objective. You have to be selective also of the human resources. You have to be selective of the technical resources. You have to be selective of the financial resources. And I say selective because of the fact that you don't want to take any financial cash flow that is going to be an economic burden to the organization because of the high interest rate. If even you do that, do you know how to reduce the debt life cycle of that capital? We will show you all of this. So you have setting objective and planning, organizing resources to achieve the objective, communicating with and motivating your team. Again, it comes right back to communicating with and motivating your team. Coordinating activities. Everything must be working like a smooth, functioning, running machine. You don't want your car, when you press brakes, the car goes into Excel, and when you go into Excel, brakes is being pressed. It must be properly coordinated. Last but not least is about monitoring and controlling performance against the objective that you want to accomplish. Very often you set big goals, but are you monitoring performance against the objectives that you want to achieve? And when you see that your actions doesn't correspond with the results that you want, are you strong enough to change those actions? Are you wise enough to bring in the right think tankers to motivate and shape the action that is so desired to get you to the desired end results and to get you beyond that desired end results that you're looking for? At Global Branding and Marketing, we have committed over 20 years to business development. It is something that we are passionate about. Just like how we are passionate about human resource development, we are passionate about providing a content of information that can truly transform the life of your business. So in 2019 and beyond, I want to encourage you to reach out to us because we are knocking at your door. And we want you to open that door so we can have a conversation that is relevant to cash flow in your organization and enhancing the development of your human resource. And remember, the strength of your organization is only as strong as your human resource. And remember that human resource development is not only based on the academic content. We have to understand human nature. We have to understand human in its complicity in order to foster their development in the way it should have been fostered from the beginning of time. We have done those research, we have done those documentation, we have developed over 3 years of content for you, learning content for you to transform your organization and to truly make your organization become the global thinkers and the social actors and the transformational leaders, to make your organization become the game changers and the trendsetters and the dream maker. We are committed to this process. I want to remind you again that Global Branding and Marketing, we are on a mission, and that mission is to position our clients, employees, and strategic stakeholders to understand, create, and leverage passive income cash flow, build multiple streams of income, leverage smart investment strategies so as to build generational wealth. This is a conversation that we need to make become center stage of our boardroom discussion and center stage of our lives. Financial intelligence goes beyond your ability to make money or maximize your disposable income. How often do you make money and you maximize your disposable income, but what do, you max it out? It requires understanding the global financial sector and leveraging this intelligence to create good debt cash flow, minimize existing debt financial portfolios while maximizing financial and equity capital gain. The understanding of the commercial financial sector and the investment financial sector are an important body of knowledge for you to have in the global landscape of financial intelligence. You see, understanding financial intelligence and being able to leverage this information will give your business the competitive advantage. Understanding financial intelligence and being able to leverage this intelligence will put you in a position of strength to build generational wealth. Understanding financial intelligence and being able to leverage this intelligence, it will put you in a position of strength to minimize financial struggle and the scourge of poverty. At Global Brand and Marketing, we stand for all of these things. And we want to work with you. We are committed to that process of giving small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and big businesses our content of information that we know will help them to grow and expand and be relevant to global commerce and industry. Be blessed until the next podcast. It has been such a pleasure being with you today. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this podcast so you will be the first to get these podcasts when they come out. I want you to share it within your network. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next podcast. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the author of several books, including Billionaire Codes. See you